Today on WAtv News, we look at the New Year's resolutions of students and faculty here at Wheaton Academy.
We talk about the new COVID vaccine's effect on education, and we jump in to see how the Winterim ceramics class is going. And
WAtv News starts now. Good morning, Wheaton Academy. I'm Liv Pavone.
And I'm Mateo Montoya. Today, my colleague Sophia Nemchek and I took to the halls of Wheaton Academy to ask people about their New Year's resolutions. There were some very thought-provoking answers from both students and faculty. I challenge you all to take a page from these individuals and work towards improving yourselves for a better 2021.
And my New Year's resolution this year is, it's kind of a dumb one, but I want to take a picture or like a selfie every day this year and like see how I change throughout the year. And also just like be more healthy, eat healthier.
This year, I don't know if it's a New Year's resolution, but I have a goal that I set for myself, and that is my kids watch a Bible app show called Minnow. And while they're watching, I have made a point to put my phone away and to take out my Bible.
Just a few weeks ago, I was kind of taking an inventory of my life, and I just thought some of these things that a Christian should project, like love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and gentleness, all of that, I just felt like I was struggling with that. And then sometimes I felt like I was influencing my family in that regard as well, like we were all struggling. So I challenged them at the dinner table a few weeks ago. How about we make a New Year's resolution to reflect the fruit of the Spirit? And so even I sent a text to all my kids and my wife, I think it was on the morning of January 1, and I said, are you guys in? And I said, if a year seems too long, let's try to do it for the month of January.
One New Year's resolution I have now is to run a marathon before the end of the year.
Constant resolution is I want to be more like Jesus. I want to know him better. I want to walk more closely with him. That's not a New Year's resolution. That's a lifetime resolution. You know what? He gives us the success by his grace. So there you go. Happy New Year.
So what is your New Year's resolution this year?
Well, personally, with the cold and this last month, I haven't really been running that much, and I want to really get back into that for the track season. And yeah, I just want to get out running more. What about you, Liv?
Well, I usually pick like a word or phrase and just remember it throughout the year. And this year, it's fresh start because we all definitely need a fresh start after 2020.
I completely agree. Now, with the
COVID vaccine coming out, student Mitchell Carrick interviews faculty on their opinions about this.
This is Mitchell Carrick from WAtv, and today we're going to be interviewing teachers from Wheaton Academy about their thoughts on how the COVID vaccine could show a positive effect on returning for schools to in-person learning. So, Ms. Case, how do you think the COVID vaccine, if it shows a positive result, how it'll affect other schools to shift maybe more into a in-person learning?
I mean, I think that if there are positive results of the COVID vaccine and people are maintaining their health and all of these other different things, I think that I could probably expedite the process of getting schools other than ours back into in-person learning and back in the classroom.
So I was interested in wondering how you think the COVID vaccine will affect public schools and if they can maybe shift more into a in-person learning if the COVID vaccine shows a positive result.
I do think that it will definitely affect it. I do think that schools will be able to get back in person. I think it's going to be a while before that happens though. A lot of the testing on the COVID vaccine has not been done on kids under the age of 16. So that will make getting that vaccine to them a bigger challenge. But I do think that the more people that get vaccinated, the better it will be and the easier it will be for people to come back in person. I already got one vaccine myself, so I'm waiting for on Friday I get my second one. And so that's good, but I will still be wearing my mask and I will still be doing my social distancing because not everybody is vaccinated or has had the virus at this point.
Thank you for all the teachers who gave their opinion on the COVID vaccine. This is Mitchell Carrick signing out.
Well, Liv, what do you think about the COVID vaccine? Will you be getting it as soon as possible or wait?
I'm not really sure yet. I might wait. What about you?
Well, personally, I've had COVID and it's not fun at all, so I'll definitely be getting it as soon as humanly possible. Next, Casey Nichols and Osa Aroko traveled all the way to the FAC to look at ceramics, one of the most coveted Winterim classes. They also interviewed the instructor, Ms. Trzalka.
Hello, Wheaton Academy. I'm Casey Nichols from WAtv. Today, I went down to the ceramics class, looked around, and I asked the teacher, Mr. Zalka, what she's doing, what she's planning on teaching her students, and what she wants her students to take away from the class.
So this class is an Intro to Ceramics class. We're condensing the full semester class into a Winterim so that the students will get credit for it, which is great. And I'll be teaching them kind of the basics of hand building. So we'll be doing pinch pots, coil pots, and slab work. And the students will walk away with at least 3 pieces that are both a functional element, but then they can also have some sculptural elements also.
What do you
think the one that I'm most excited about, I love functional ceramics, so we're making a slab built mug, and I think it's always the coolest to be able to actually use something that you've made. So I'm excited to see them all drinking tea and coffee out of the mugs that they make. I think the big takeaway that I want my students to have is that we're all created in the image of God. So Imago Dei, we talked about it a lot today too, how as artists, everyone is an artist, no matter if you think of yourself as creative or not, and because the Lord is creative and created us in order to reflect his creations. The clay also is not in itself something very beautiful. It's mud and just like straight from the earth. But the kind of representation of creating something beautiful out of something that isn't necessarily considered as beautiful by itself. So I'm hoping that students can take away the fact that the Lord gives grace and is able to build something great.
With the winter weather being cold and cloudy this week, we wonder whether we will see snow or sun this week. And to bring us today's weather, here's Osa Aroko.
Hi, Wheaton Academy. I'm Osa Rocco here with your daily weather report. As you can see, today on Tuesday, it is 34 degrees and mostly sunny, and is going to be the only sunny day of the week. So the highest of this week is at 35 degrees on Wednesday, so make sure you enjoy the sunny weather while you can. On Thursday, it drops a little bit to 34 degrees. On Friday, it drops to 32 degrees, and on Saturday, it drops even lower to 31 degrees. Now, on average, on this day, January 5th, the temperature typically is at 28 degrees. But last year, for some odd reason, it was at 43 degrees. And today, it is at 34. So let's hope that the winter comes a little bit less harsh. Now, back to you guys at the desk.
All senior boys, please check your on-campus messages for a note about Mr. Waugh from Mrs. Gregerson. Wheaton Academy is using an application process this year. In order to be considered for Mr. Waugh this year, you will need to apply. If you have any questions, please talk to Mrs. Gregerson or Mr. Holtrop.
As we start back up in Winterim, please make sure that you self-certify each day before 7:45 a.m. Failing to do so puts a heavy burden on the staff, especially our school nurse, Mrs. Sesnoff. Please do your part every day.
That's all for us today. Send us your comments and story suggestions to our Instagram at @TheRealWAtv.
Thanks for joining us. From all of us in Studio 22, have a great day.